trapping is a humane way to get furs. I've got a really strong feeling against the whole fur thing, and the goal of this isn't to make people mad, but it's to make you think to shop responsibly, that any type of garment that you buy that has anything that has fur on it in any way has a repercussion, you know. And you'd be surprised, you know, the ones like, well, it's not dog fur. No, it's coyote fur, it's fox fur. It's something that utilizes, you know, some type of trapping. It's either a leg trap where they suffer horribly, or it might be a snare like what Bandit went through. And you can see, can you show your throat, buddy? You can see under there where his throat, we spent a solid 3 hours tonight cleaning his wounds out, getting him trimmed, getting his hair shaved, pulling through the scabs of pus and fur to try and get to where we had clean skin again. You were such a trooper. Yes, you were such a trooper. Just to get it to where we could get everything cleaned up, to where we can actually get the infection clean and get them trimmed. You know, and the other part of this, it's okay, buddy, you can sit down. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. The other part of this is vet care. If you've got a kid that wants to go to school for something, send them to vet school. We have such a ridiculous shortage of vets in the U.S. I mean, specifically in North Dakota, we're really bad here. But in the United States, we've got a huge shortage of vets. And it's one thing that, you know, it's a, if you want your kid to do something that they're going to have a job, they're going to have a job as a vet, because there's such a shortage of vets. And I think maybe if we had more and there was more of a surplus, then vet care would be unaffordable or be affordable. In his case, his owner was a great person. His wife was a great person, but they couldn't afford off the drop of the hat $300 vet bill up front to bring the animal in to get treated and fixed. You know, luckily
we were in time, huh? We had time, yeah. Yeah, we did.
Luckily, you know, we were around to be able to bring him in and clean him up and treat him and clean his wounds and debried it. And then you can see that's where the snare went all the way around his neck. So I'm just going to show you, and I'm not going to be like too graphic, but you can see where it went around. And you can see underneath where the wounds are. And no, they can't be stitched. Stitching at this point really isn't a possibility because of the tissue damage. It'll actually granulate and fill in after everything was cleaned up and debrided. You put honey in the wounds. Honey is a really good thing if you have a dog that's got an injury and you can't afford to get it to the vet. There's a couple of really simple things you can do. And the first thing is going to be to trim all the hair away from the wound. That way it'll keep infection and bacteria and things from going in there. Once you get the hair cleaned out, if you have some kind of a surgical scrub, chlorhexidine is great. That's not something that everybody always has in their closet. So use antibacterial soap. Clean the wounds out good. Clean the pus out of the wounds. Once the wound is clean, you clean it with antibacterial soap. If you don't have, you know, sterile 3x3 gauze, use paper towels. Paper towels are pretty sterile, actually. So soap and water, clean it, paper towels, blot it dry. Don't use like a washcloth or a rag or something that's been washed in the washing machine. You want something fresh. And then honey, natural honey, raw honey, not processed, not something that is been through that. You want just natural raw stuff. It actually has antimicrobial properties, and because of the moisture content is so low, bacteria can't grow. So that's like emergency first aid for your dog. But he's doing good. We worked on him for quite a while. Tonight, I think it was probably about 3 hours or so that we worked on him, and he's doing good. And thanks to everybody that suggested that I took a day off and did something fun. I went fishing and we caught a bunch of fish and saved all the livers and spawn sacks and everything else. And he got that for dinner. Yeah, you did. You got that for dinner? Yeah. Did you get that for dinner? Was that a good dinner? Yeah. Was that a good dinner? So, and that's really good for him with his immune system being stressed like it is. But we got some antibiotics in him. And the other thing too is, just to bring up, with Giving Hearts Day is coming up. Unfortunately, Giving Tuesday, where they match funds, the big charities were the ones that really cashed in on that. They had a $20,000 cap to where someone donated 20 grand and the 20 grand to be matched. So all the really big charities made out really well. We totally appreciate everybody that donated, but we found out that none of our funds were matched because all the money was gone within like 45 seconds. So the $120+ million that was out there for matching funds, we didn't get any of. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. So Giving Hearts Day is coming up, and that's huge. The reason why I say that is we really need to build a shelter. And the reason why we really need to build a shelter is the fact that right now, out of the 6 kennels we have inside that are for, medium to large size dogs, all of them are filled. We've got one that's open, we're trying to reseal the floor on, so I didn't have a choice other than to bring him in because of his wounds. So the problem is we have a bunch of other dogs that need to come in that we can't take in. Not that we don't care, it's just we literally do not have the room. I mean, unless we can bend physics, there's nothing we can really do. So there's dogs that are out there and there's cats that are out there that need help that we can't help simply because of the limitation of space. And I'm not asking for donations. Right now, what I'm asking for is Giving Hearts Day. It'll be coming up in February, so stay tuned. If you have somebody that's looking for a cause to donate to, I'm not saying we're better than someplace else, but the thing is, this is where your money is going. It's not going to a CEO that's making $500,000 a year. It's going directly towards helping animals. It's going directly towards helping animals like Bandit. Bandit, you gotta look cute now. You gotta look cute now. Yeah, can you look handsome? Is that your chilled out laugh? Yeah, is that your chilled out look? So yeah. Anyways, long story short, don't buy furs. Don't support places that sell furs. If there's a company that maybe you won't buy something that has animal fur in it, but they sell something else that does, just don't do it. I mean, there's synthetics, there's plenty of things that we can use, and I'm not trying to go into some vegan argument, and I'm not against it, I'm not supporting it, I'm not anything, I'm like totally neutral. But the thing is, if you're going to take another life for some reason, then use every single part of that. When Scott and I went fishing, we ate the fish, we saved the livers, we saved the spawn sacks, which he got to eat tonight. And I'm not saying that that's okay, not okay, but just killing something for fur and snaring something and setting a leg trap or something, if you've got kids, cover their ears. It's fucking horrible. We should be ashamed as human beings that we are still doing that. If you've got to survive, if you're going to eat whatever it is, then fine. But short of that, if we are snaring animals, if we are leg trapping animals, that is a fucking disgrace to us as a human species. Sorry, I'm just mad because we spent a lot of time together with me and him and his owner tonight trying to clean him up. And I know from a social media perspective, we're supposed to stay positive and, you know, not have it to where people are like, oh, I don't want to watch because it's so sad. It's reality, man. You know, we try and stay positive and stuff, but like, this is the legit reality of snaring. This is the reality of what happens when you trap animals for fur because some ass clown decides that they want to have a frilly thing around the hood of their coat. And if we're going to lose followers from that, if there's anybody right now that is on this page that is offended by the fact that I'm saying that you shouldn't have a frilly fur thing around your hood, leave. Go away now, because we don't want you here. I don't want you here. And I can guarantee you the team supports me in not wanting you here. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm just... Anyways, he's comfortably sleeping and calm and quiet and relaxed and happy and safe. His wounds have been treated, he's got antibiotics in him, he's doing good. So I guess the thing that I will leave you with, and not being like all graphic, but if your friends wear fur, if you wear fur, remember that is exactly what happens when you buy furs. That is exactly what happens when you buy anything that uses animal hair that's just taken from their coat. Okay? So I'm going to go to bed, but thanks everybody and have a good night.